Hello, good morning. Let's make a quick table runner out of a panel. This is one of those skinny panels. This panel came from Soft Squares in particular. They're having a panel battle, or I should say a panel challenge, not a battle. I call it the battle because this is going to go into my series of panel battle. And it's like I'm battling the panel, right? So this is in real time. I'm not going to talk way too much. I'm just basically going to sew. There's no pattern for this. I can tell you what I've done along the way. I happen to have a black confetti cotton, and I am just basically going to border this all in black confetti cotton. And I'm using 2.5 inch strip right now. I'm using a 2.5 inch strip. Great for this project here is really great for scraps. You know, you have this panel and you have some scraps or fat quarters or yardage, whatever you have, basically. I guess we could say this is great for stash, right? So this is what I'm just doing, just bordering it. I'll let you know what the next part is once I get to it. So I have now the 2.5 inch strips. You know, this is also great for jelly roll, right? Because I'm using a 2.5 inch strip. I'll just put that to the side. And I will come in here and I'll press. I don't even know if my iron's hot enough, but we'll go with it. Now I'm going to make this for a little table that I have in my kitchenette. And it's one of those two-person tables. So even though it's like a table runner, it actually may be more of a table cover for it. Or tablecloth. So there we are. We have this. Now I'm going to come in here. And you know what, I should have seen if I even cut enough of this. And of course I didn't. So we will put a little piece here. And this little leftover piece, we'll just put that right to it. And here we go. Now, let's see. This is a good time to measure. Make sure that we have enough. With this little piece I kind of put on here. Well, it will just make it, and that's all right. Okay. So this black confetti cotton happens to be scraps that I had from yardage from other projects. Actually, you know what? I've come up with even a better idea. You know what? We're going to stop this right here. I'm not going to stop the video, but you're going to see. So actually, I'm going to take this out because I just thought of something that I would like to do even better. Being that I'm designing this myself, you know, part of quilting, when you design yourself, is that, you know, Jack has to come out. And Jack is coming out because I'll tell you what we're going to do. I just decided that we are going to actually, hold on. Let me I don't want to put too many holes. Okay, so we are actually going to take this off and do something else with it. Come up here. We are going to put, I think we're going to put some stripes out of 3 colors. I did pull them out and I was going to do it, I was going to border everything and then put stripes, but you know what? I actually think that I want the stripes to go down. I want the border, I want the table runner to have like a little space, but I want to put these 3. And these 3 kind of match this. So, you know what? Let's go for that. Let's go for that look. All right. And you know, you can fast forward whatever you don't want to watch. Of course, if you watch, I'm awfully grateful. I get that I change course and then nobody wants to sit there watching me iron. I totally get it. This is a 1/2 yard piece. So we'll cut this differently. I'm going to come in here and press this. Here we go. So what's the best way to look for this? Let's see. Well, this is not wide enough. So I'm probably better off going this way and putting 2 pieces together. All right. So we're going to take this and line it up. Actually, we'll just need 3 pieces because we need to do the, there we go. So I'm going to come in here and cut this. I think I want to cut this 2.5 as well. Or do I want to cut it 2? You know what? In order so that this could be jelly roll friendly, we're just going to go with 2.5. I think that's the best. This is, of course, these right here happen to be some fat quarters I have. So I'm going to need 3 strips of those, and we're just going to put these aside. Oops, probably should put them separately, right? As quilters, we like to, right? Because now this is kind of like a scrap or for another project. So here we go. We have that. And then I am going to now we're going to take this and we're going to cut this. So we need, let's see, will this be, nope. Okay, so I'm going to take that. And we can do 1 or 2 things. I can take 3 off the side, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 3 off of this. Cut off the selvage. Here. Now this fabric here that I'm using, this purple, comes from Carmen's Quilting, and she is in Missouri. She's also another online shop. So the battle, or the she's not calling it a battle challenge, she's calling it a panel challenge. Of course, for my series, it's the Battle of the Panel. So the panel itself came from Soft Squares in Utah. And actually, and then this right here came from Carmen's Quilting in Missouri. I like to tell you where stuff comes from. They're great women-owned small businesses. So you can go ahead and go over and support them. So I have 3 of these as well. So we're going to come over and, you know what? I'm going to need another piece of this. So I have 2 long ones, but I really do feel like I probably need another piece. And this is scraps again that I have sitting here. So we're going to take this scrap. I'm going to iron it. And we're going to cut this one down to 2.5, a 2.5 inch strip. So, I mean, I show you this because you may have like a strip that's not 2.5, but you know what? If it's a scrap, you can always cut it down. That's great. And then we're just going to cut off the selvage. And I think we are good. So we have everything here. Perfect. So these, we're going to sew these together. And I could tell you right now, they need to be cleaned off. So these edges, because we're going to sew them together, these edges should be cleaned off. Everything should be like a nice perpendicular situation going on so that when you sew these together, your rows will be nice and straight and not curved. Don't take for granted that this is, you know, done up for you. Same thing here. I'm going to come in here and take my 3 and do the same. Some people don't think about this part, and it kind of is an important step. So just takes a little bit. Not going to take too much time out of your day to do this. I promise you, you'll love the results. And then we are going to come in here with our last one. I may have done this, so this is what I do. I can just double check, and you know what? That is cut perfectly there. And this side needs a little trim. There we go. So now that I know that everything is nice and straight and cut, we could come over here. Let's get that going. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that panel aside. I'm going to decide how I want this to look. And I'll tell you that this is a print. It needs to be pressed better. And I want these 2 tone-on-tone prints to be kind of separated. So I'm just going to go with, yeah. Nope, I kind of like this. This is what I'm going to go with. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to come in here and I am going to put together these pieces. Now, I'm going to do all 3. So I'm going to grab this and join all these rows. And then I'm going to make like a strip set and just cut it. I think that will be the easiest and the fastest way to do it. The roosters are out. And here we are. I almost didn't film this, and then I had said, you know what? even though I'm doing this for myself, I think that this would be a good video. Might be someone out there who has one of these long, skinny panels and is looking for something to do with. Okay, so now we have these, and what I'm going to do is come here and start making a strip set with it. Now what may happen is that these parts here will kind of meet in the same spot, so I'm going to make sure that my seams are opposing and kind of nest, just so I get a very nice streamlined piece. That's how I start. I'm not sure if that's how it's going to end, but that's how I start. Same here when I come to this end, or not this end, but this area. I just kind of work with how my seams have come out. And then I have my last one here. I will press this, and you can press this however you like. I'm just going to press to one side. That's how I'm going to do this. All right, now that I have that, I'm going to come over here with my other piece, and what I'm going to do this time though is I'm going to sew it from this end, because if I sew it from this end, I'm less likely to have a wonky strip set. And it'll just be a better construction, but you do it how you like. This is just some tips and tricks that I can give you that works for me. Just kind of fix as we go. We're not pulling, we're trying to just kind of just guide it through. This through. All right, so now I'm going to press the next part of this strip set. All right, so we have this part of the strip set. This is what our strip set looks like. Now, we are going to clean off the edge of the strip set. So I'm going to come here, and let's see, maybe put you back a little. And I am going to put my one line on the sewn line of the strip set. I'm going to go as far over just to clean off the edge. Okay, now that I've done that, now I could just measure this and cut it, right? I could just do that. I can very easily do that. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so we are here. And I have this at 23 and a half. 23 and a half. So that means that this piece here needs to be, I need 2 sets at 23 and a half. And I hope the other side is 23 and a half. It's always good to measure both sides. So yes, 23 and a half and 23 and a half. So we're going to go and cut this at 23 and a half. And there we go. We have a little piece like this. Okay. So there we have our 2 pieces. We have this as a little leftover, and we're going to bring this right to the sewing machine. There's the sewing machine. And I'm just going to go ahead and press this. Press this and sew this. We're not pressing yet. You've got to sew. So now you just decide whether you want the purple in or the green. And you know what? I think I want the purple and put the green on the outside. So we are going to just flip this over. What we can do is pop a pin here, right? It's up to you if you want to do that, or you could just sew. But I do pop the pin, especially when doing something like this. And then I will come in here and pin in various places. And you can stick as many pins as you want. I'm not a heavy pinner. I just kind of pin to, honestly, sometimes I'm not even a pinner, but we're just going to pin as we can here. So here we are. And this should be a quick tablecloth. Table runner. I keep saying table. I was calling this all kinds of things. Table cover, table runner, table. Oh boy. And get stuff there. And I'm going to come over here and do the same. Make sure that I put the purple in. Yeah. And same thing, come in. Let's pin it. Make it exactly what it needs to be. And we are almost to the home run here, because once we've done this, all we have to do is take that 2.5 inch black that I was about ready to put on the sides, and then put that on the sides, and then we're done. We just then need to quilt it and just have it ready for our table. There we are. So we're just going to do that. And now I will be pressing and pressing all this the very end. And press on the other side. And then we'll just take our little black strip. I hope it's going to be what I'm envisioning. I think it is. If not, oh well. It'll look nice on the table anyway. So here we are. We have this part. I have the ends done. And now I am going to choose to grab this. Here we go. And we are going to put these two pieces together. And let's see. Yep. Sew that right down. And we are going to come in here. Now we will have to put another black piece, I'm noticing, because that will bother me. That will bother me. So we're going to put that down. And I didn't notice that until right now, as I'm putting this together, that I need one more band of black at the very end. I could have added that to this strip piece. But again, I did not know we're kind of quilting by the seat of our pants right now, or piecing by the seat of our pants right now. So yeah. Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I love designing my own things. You know, I'm right now in a creative mode, and I'm just using my scraps and my stash. And of course, things that people send me, I make. So here we are. And we'll come here. And I just really just come in here, take my scissor, balance it, and snip. I mean, you can be more precise than that. It's just what I do. I'm going to take this last piece that I have here, and I am going to join this piece, and then I'm going to take this, and we're going to do the other side of it. Oh, it's coming out. I'm loving it. I'm loving like the sharpness of this, the contrast. Sometimes I wish my machine would go quicker some days. You know, I should have a contest. How many stitches do you think is on my machine? Because I actually just got that information, and I was really blown out of the park. I think people are up. Alright, so now that I have this part, and I thought I'd be done here, I realized that I am not. Because really to finish this off, I really do need black on the very, very end of this. So, but you could see from now where I'm at. So I'm gonna actually go over there and press this because this is so long. And it'll be easier and faster. So this is where I'm at, but I kind of need that finished off for me. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I just need that little extra oomph. So I am going to take another one of these strips that I have here, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and trim this down. This happens to be a 3.5 inch strip, but it's okay. There's going to be some waste, but I'm trying to use what I have, and I didn't want to cut into new stuff, you know? It was from a former project. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to cut here. This piece here, because this has, it's like a lot of little scraps. I don't like the way that would look. So I'm going to come here and join this. And then we're going to come in here and put this at the end. And then we have a finish. I think this went pretty quick. Table runner out of using a panel and some scraps, yardage, you know, fat quarters. Back tack, which I didn't do the first time. So I'm going to go in and fix that because this is my end. There we go. I like to reinforce those ends. Okay, so now I have the end of this. You can eyeball it, or you know what, this is the last bit. I want to go ahead and make this look a little bit better. So I am going to make sure everything is squared off just lovely. Yep, there we are. And then we have our last one. Oh, am I going to be short? Or am I just going to make it? Oh, I'm going to be just short by look at how much. So that's okay. We have a piece here. See that right here? And just gonna pull that off. And we're just gonna put this piece right at the end. I have one seam that's not bad. It's when I have like 2 or 3 that I don't like to. There it goes. And I'm gonna start with this little piece first. And there we are. Back tag. I'm so excited. And with that said, look, we could have this really done in about a half hour. We really can. And even less if you had it all pre-cut. And here we are. I'm going to press this right here and put this up on our design wall. And we have, oh, it's beautiful. We have now a finished table runner. It was quick and easy using a pretty, I call them skinny panels, a pretty skinny panel and some fat quarters and yardage or scraps. In my case, I did use scraps. So here we are. I'm gonna put this right here. Ready? Let's go. Here is the finished tablecloth. If you like what you see, oops. All right, let's try that again. I think it's time for my wall to be fixed. So here it is. That is the top and the bottom. And this table runner we did together, it took us, on here it's telling me 37 minutes, but you can get this done in a half hour. So if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. And I love to see your table runners. If you completed them, go check out my Facebook page. Take care. Bye.